my name is Esra Tepeli, and I have a civil engineering background. Then I was oriented to project management and risk management. I have my PhD in the project management, construction project management area. I developed my PhD study in risk management for complex construction projects, public-private partnership projects, and design build maintenance projects. Then I started as a faculty member at the University of Versailles in Paris. And then we moved here to United States, and I started working as a lecturer here at IUPUI. And now I am here at Purdue, and I'm teaching some construction management classes like quantity takeoff, materials, strength of materials, contract management, and introduction to construction management. I was teaching some Revit classes there, and design development. And I have some industry experience as well. And I was working as a project manager in France, and I was also doing some project management consulting job in United States. The reason why I moved from France to here to United States, it was a family reason. But after that, I enjoyed teaching here because I got a real connection with industry people. I could organize some field trips, and I think this is I could combine the practices with the theoretical approach, and I think this was a good experience in United States to provide this opportunity to students, having a theoretical approach, then having some real projects and real case studies and seeing the materials on the construction side. These are some good things, some good practices for the students, because the students, when they are going to graduate and they are going to work directly in the industry, and like that we are going to prepare them during our classes. During this program, we are going to prepare them better. This is not just the lecture, traditional lecture or something, but connecting them with the industry people, they can have a real experience. This is a good opportunity because I was organizing that first for my material class. And for my material class, when I organize these field trips, which means that we can see the real materials on the construction side, the production line, the preparation, and maybe we can also apply some material testing methods on the side. And this is a good experience for the students because they can see during my lecture time, they can see the theoretical approach, and they can see the real materials and how we can apply some testing methods or some practices on the real examples. And this was a good thing. And for my future classes also, I am planning to continue on that way, not maybe for each classes, but for some classes also I am organizing some field trips to see some specific softwares for quantity takeoff, or sometimes for estimating, or for contract management, for example. I am proposing them some good softwares to track the project, to apply some steps for contract management, etc. And these are some good examples to connect the theoretical approach with real practices. Also, I am proposing some case studies. These are some real projects, and they can do, they can work on that to analyze the contracting framework. They can analyze the risk events attached to the contract type, attached to the bidding process, etc. And these are some good examples to combine the studies with the industry. These are real-world examples, which means that you can have always some differences between the reality and the theoretical approach. And construction management, this is not just physics or mathematics, and we need some real applications. And for this reason, real applications, case studies, real-world examples are so important to prepare our students for industry. And they are going to have an industry experience, but before that, we should prepare them a little bit to see the real phases of the projects. And to be successful in project management, in construction management or something, we need this real experience, not only the theoretical approach. Experiential learning, this can include, we are also proposing we are participating in some student-based competitions, and these are, we have some industry partners, they are organizing that, and we prepare our students for these competitions, and they are working on real projects. They are doing real estimation, real project scheduling, and they are preparing some bidding proposal. These are real work, I can say, in the construction sector, and this is so important to propose this type of examples to our students, because just, we cannot propose them some formulas or some theoretical approaches or something, but we need something real, we need something practical, we need practices. And for this reason, In this program, we combine students with the industry partners with the real-world examples. When I was a PhD student, they proposed me a PhD program to be a PhD student, and I accepted this with one condition. I said that if I can work in parallel in a construction company, I can accept this. And then this company provided some funding for me, some internal funding for me, and they funded my PhD. And I was working in parallel with my PhD studies, which means that I was always in the industry during my studies. Even in my master's studies, during my master's studies, I was doing some summer internships or long internships, some summer jobs, etc. I think having an industry experience in this program is so important for teachers, for instructors, for lecturers. You know, this is so important to have this industry experience because we are talking about the real projects, the real project case studies, real project estimation, project schedules, and construction management, and we need this real experience to transfer the right message to the students, I think. And during my PhD, I was working in parallel in a construction company, and you know, I was applying directly the framework I was developing in the real project cases, and it was a real advantage for me. And like that, you know, I found a job right after my PhD. I found a job in a construction company, but after that I chose the academic area, and I preferred, you know, I became an assistant professor in a university. But I was working always in parallel with a construction company or something, to do consulting or to propose some, to do some scheduling work or estimating work or project management work, etc. Always I kept my connection with the industry partners. The teamwork is so important, not only in this program, but everywhere, I think, because you can be so good in your work, but if you cannot transfer your message to the audience, to other people, you know, there is no value. And for the value, you need the teamwork. And in this program, we are proposing some projects, some case studies or something. The students, they are working together in a team, and they are doing a team work. And in a team, you know, always there is someone who will play as a facilitator, or I'm going to say a team leader, and the other students will be around this person, etc. But also as an instructor, as a faculty member, what we can do, we can help them, maybe not direct them, but we can help them, we can coach them if needed. And we have this mission, and the last time when we participated in NGC competition in this program, we built 2 teams, and they worked so hard, and it was, we really realized that there is a teamwork, and we are very satisfied with the results because we saw a teamwork, they are working together, they are learning from each other. For sure, there is a team leader or team facilitator or something, but there are so many advantages attached to the teamwork, to the collaboration, to a collaborative work environment. Not only between team members, between students, but also we should observe this collaboration between faculty members and the students, between industry partners and the faculty members, etc. We should have a real connection. Construction management, this is a dynamic work environment, dynamic, live, and if you have only your theoretical knowledge, this is not enough. And you should have, you know, to be able to work in a construction company, you should work in collaboration, in cooperation, in a team environment. And for this reason, this is so important to have this in mind. They are going to work in collaboration with industry partners. They are going to work in case studies. We are going to provide them some real project examples, which means that they will not be only in a classroom environment to get a lecture or something, but they will be outside in a field trip to get knowledge about a material, about the construction process. They will be connected. We are going to get them connected to the industry people, and they will have real projects to work on that. And you know, a professional career, we have so many puzzle items in that. And for example, I have a little bit research, teaching, professional experience, industry experience, consulting job, etc. And these little puzzle items, when you are going to bring them together, makes, you can determine your professional, you can have your whole professional career, but this is a dynamic thing as well, which means that I am learning from my students, they are learning from me, but I am learning from them as well. Each day I am learning something new because technology is changing and we are in a dynamic environment. And I am in a project management, especially, for example, when you develop the project schedule, we have new softwares and you should get knowledge about them, you should know about them. And when you are going to analyze a project, we have so many environmental factors, you are going to analyze it, which means that we are in a dynamic environment and we have some puzzle items. And these puzzle items, you are going to bring a nutrition to build them more, etc. And I am learning with my students, they are learning with me, I am learning from the industry partners. And this is, a systematic thing, I think. And what I can say about their career, how I can coach them, as I am learning with them as well. They are learning with me, I am learning with them, and which means that I am not like a normal instructor, but I am like their friend, their facilitator. I am going to say this is an agile word, but their facilitator. I can get connected to them so easily. They can contact me as they want. We don't have a classic relationship with my students, and for this reason, when they need something, this can be maybe a need for a summer job, internship, an advice for their career, and something about research. This is an undergraduate program, but there are some students who may be interested in developing their careers in research. Purdue, this is a research faculty. And this is a combination of different things we can coach our students in terms of research, teaching, industry experience, project management, construction management, classes or outdoor class activities. They're a combination of different things. There is no one way to help them, but we have a large panel of solution for the students, I can say. I love teaching. Why I love teaching? You can be a good researcher or something on a subject, but if you cannot transfer your message to the right audience, you cannot get a value. Our objective should be create a positive value. And how you can do that? And if you know a subject, if you are familiar with a subject, you can transfer this message easily, much more easily. And for this reason, teaching, for me, this is the best way to communicate with my audience or students. And as I am also learning from them, this can add a good value, a positive value in my research work as well. Because I am not only teaching the course materials or something, but I am sharing with them my projects, my other opportunities, the projects, real case studies, etc. And when I am getting their feedback, not only about my teaching methods, but in a general way, this can add a positive value in my career, not only for teaching, but in other areas as well.